Offering a translation of a document along with the English version is really useful. Sometimes translation isn't enough. You need to provide a lot of visual supports for that. Anything that you're doing, say, up on the board, or questions about a video, make sure that they're connected and that they can see how they're connected, that they should look from one to the other.
And I think with any of those other resources too, a lot of YouTube videos, the closed captioning of them.
Oh, absolutely.
And even if that closed captioning is only available in English, because oftentimes it's not in other languages, they're, varies by video, even that can be a start, because they're hearing the words, they're looking for the words that are important in that, whatever that lesson is. So sometimes when the content area is so specific that it's not stuff they ever would have learned in their first language, I think of like non-Mendelian genetic, recessive traits or whatever. Leave it in English, because I've had students where if it was a time where we've been working on it translated, or in English, and then out of the goodness of their heart, the teacher provided a translated test. That was actually really difficult. These were terms they hadn't seen, they hadn't seen them translated before. So it is a weird balance of checking in with the student, being like, I have this test translated, would you like it? Or the English one, providing both. I do a lot of side by side in my documents, like my stories, half is in English, half is in the first language, and that really helps, because I think I can ask questions about, what did Napoleon say? And maybe they don't understand all of what Napoleon said, but they know the word Napoleon, and they can find it in first language and create that connection there.
And it's important to remember that when it's serious content, reading it in their first language is the way to go, because you're working with you're looking to build background knowledge, and if they can read it in their first language or the language they prefer to use, then they can start to move on. But if you're teaching a whole new concept that nobody's ever heard before, you don't want to start just in English. You want to make sure that they understand in their own language what you're working toward and what they are working toward, and then go from there.